Welcome into the D2 Baseball Podcast. Robert Fry here today, joined with a special guest, a 17th round draft pick by the Philadelphia Phillies out of Lander University, Richie Cortese. Richie, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's awesome to be on here. Thanks for reaching out and getting me on this. It's it's been an absolutely wild ride, and I'm glad that you kind of want to talk about it. So got a lot to say.
Abs- Absolutely. Let's start there. We'll start. Draft day. What was that experience like? Was there any, pre-planning of, hey, I might get drafted, or this come by surprise?
Well, when I got drafted, I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get my agent didn't tell me before. I was like, really, it was just me and my family. We were sitting in my living room, just kind of watching the tracker, like the boring tracker where it's silent, and then it'd be like blah 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 pick, like by this team. And we were looking at the tracker on my phone, and like the day leading up before this is like you'll be probably like a late, like super, like 15 to 20 round if it's gonna happen. And I was like, okay. And then we got to the 17th, and yeah, we got to the 16th, and I was getting so nervous. I was texting my agent. I was like, have we heard anything? He was like, yeah, we've heard some stuff. We put out an offer. We're getting some offers for a little less. We'll get back to you. And and then the 17th round came, and the Padres just picked, and I was like, I got like so down. I was like, dang it, like it's not going to happen this round. Because in my opinion, the Padres were the favorite. I had a really good workout with them at Wingate in May, and then the next pick happened, and my brother, he saw the tracker first, and he just like gets up and starts like jumping up and down, starts going crazy. And I was like, I looked down at my phone and I saw my name, and I just stood up and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like this is actually happening right now. And then the second thought in my head was I just got drafted with my teammate Bowen, which is even like, what are the odds of that happening? And then my phone started blowing up, started getting all these calls. And then yeah, it was kind of it on draft day.
Yeah, and two, like, hey, how about that for a story? Just your brother reads your name and it's like that's you. and
Yeah.
and, and things like that. And in our humble opinion at D2 baseball, that's way better than Nikola Jokic getting drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
Yeah.
100% better.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
the that story too, the getting drafted, plus the Phillies, you mentioned your teammate Tyler Bowen also getting drafted. What was that experience like? First, seeing him get drafted, and then two, not only the uniqueness of it, not only you getting drafted, but to the same exact team.
Yeah. When I saw him get drafted, I mean, I knew he was going to get drafted. It was just like matter of what team. I was like, he had a great year. And the second part of it, I've seen the work that he's put in. He recently just came back from Tommy John, um, and he just kept working day in day out, and he kept getting better. And he battled through a lot of adversity at the beginning of the year. Didn't really start out as well as he wanted. He kept going out there and kept shoving it over the plate, and he got every opportunity that he that he he earned all of it. It wasn't given to him. He completely earned everything. And when I saw his name, I was just happy. I mean, all the things that we talked about in the dugout, and we're like, oh my gosh, like when do you think you're gonna go? Like what round? Blah blah blah. Like just saying all this stuff, just kind of hyping him up. He wasn't ever like, yeah, I'm gonna go here. It wasn't like super cocky about it. It's always really humble. Um, it's just like the perfect guy to get his name called on draft day, and I couldn't have been more happy for him. I immediately texted him because I knew he was getting calls. I was like, I can't. Like, I was like, let's go. Like, probably said it, maybe an F word in there or two. Like, just absolutely, just super hyped. Um, but yeah, it was awesome. It was probably one of those days I'll never forget. Um, and especially with us going to the same team, is like that is probably one of the most like unlikely things that will ever happen in my life. So super grateful for it.
Yeah, and I mean, think about that odds because one being drafted from a Division two level, pretty rare itself, and then not only that, you get two players drafted from the same team, even more rare. But not only that, two players drafted from the same team to the same organization, even more rare.
Yeah.
But now, kind of talk a little bit about, just real quick, talking about kind of like your experience with the Phillies so far, of what you can say. Talk a little bit about that, and too, like, were you working out with Tyler too, with the Phillies as well?
Yeah, so when I first got down there, it was the Phillies. Like, actually, I'll go right after we got drafted because I think this is very like super important. Right when we get down to Philadelphia, they flew us down there for physicals. They put us up in this room in this like super nice hotel. All of the draft guys. They take us out to the Phillies games. There was about 4 home games there. They put us up in this suite in this like right above home plate over the first base dugout. Just super super nice tickets. Give us all this food and stuff and set us up super nice. So immediately I'm like, this is the best organization in baseball. I'm like, these guys are treating us like I'm a first round draft pick and I'm the 17th round draft guy. Like that nobody here knows who I am or what Lander University is. Like, and I just felt like and I talked to my agent. I told him about what's going on. He said that is like so rare. Like usually organizations just send them down to the spring training complex and all this stuff. And we were there for a week. Like they weren't rushing us. They just were kind of getting our feet wet a little bit, kind of letting us enjoy this awesome time, this awesome experience that just happened to us. And then we did all of our physicals there. Just kind of we're getting treated like kings for about a week. And then they fly us down to Clearwater for spring training. And it wasn't like they were like pushing us around doing this. Like, you got to go do that, got to go do this. Everyone down there, super nice. Staff is awesome. All the trainers, all the coaches, um, just all the staff, the clubbies, all this stuff was just kind of like really helped us get our feet wet, like being just pro ball and stuff, how things work. Um, just kind of like almost held our hands and just kind of allowed us to kind of get comfortable because I mean you're in a new setting, all this stuff, and props to the high school guys that got drafted being able to keep their cool. I know when I was 18, 17, 18, I would have been freaking out. So I think it was probably more maybe for them, but yeah, it's been really cool being down there. They keep our bodies fresh. The workouts are really good. Um, Throwing program is awesome. And you asked if I was been working out with Tyler, and like I don't have my car down there. He has his car. So like I'm with him every step of my day. He's my roommate in our apartment. We drive to the field together. We eat breakfast together. We walked into the facility together. We're in the same group. I got to in the same throwing group, like workout group. So I throw with him. I work out with him. Like it's like I'm at college. It's like it's nuts that I get to go through this experience with him, and it just makes it like that much more easy and allows me to just kind of have that familiar face that I've spent my last 2 years at school with, just kind of joking around, like all this stuff. So Yeah, me and Tyler we're getting super close, more than we already were. Because we go to Chipotle dang near every single night together, like just stuff like that. That's making this pro ball experience just absolutely awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Racking up those points, hopefully, and
Oh yeah.
exchanging it for some free bowls and whatnot or burritos. But you talked a little bit about those 2 years at Lander too. Talk a little bit about that experience. First, you know, talk a little bit about kind of your experience of getting signed to Lander and then playing 2 years under Coach Burke.
Yeah, what I Lander is absolutely a godsend in my baseball career. I mean, when I first went down there, I was not expecting the hospitality I got from my teammates, them welcoming me, um, just being like the best collective of guys. Both of the years that I was there, I've ever experienced on a team. Like I've never had a team where every single person on the team could go over to another guy's house and all of us just get along like really just super close. Like never had that in a team dynamic before in my life. I've never had a team host Bible studies ever. I'm 100% um the reason I've gotten so much closer to the Lord is that I've had these guys around me introduce me and kind of show me like what these values are in Christianity and stuff like that. And it's completely allowed me to just enjoy my life so much more and free me up in the game of baseball and all this. And if I didn't have that and my teammates and Coach Burke, Coach Pop, um, and Coach Buck, and all this stuff, like I don't think I would have been able to found that flow state of kind of being able to go out on the field and just have fun and um allow my baseball skills to just take over. And because early in my or like when I first got there, I mean it wasn't exactly easy. I was struggling. I wasn't able to throw strikes. I was mentally just kind of all messed up. And the guys there, like they were trying to help me out. They weren't being like, "Oh, this guy sucks. Like we're never gonna use him. Like he's just domed up. He's washed." Like the guys like genuinely cared and they wanted every. It was like if you've ever heard the expression, your team's only as good as the chain's only as good as the weakest link, and like that's what they approached it as. And like everyone was always trying to help everybody be better because that makes the team better. And after my first year, we put up we won the regular season championship after, and that was like a big deal for the program. They were historically in the years before that they weren't as good. And then we came back for the second year, and Coach Burke immediately was just firing us up like, you guys are like, there's so much potential in this group here. Like you guys are winners, you guys are competitors. Like we're here to win. Like this is like Lander's a winning program. Like you guys carry the torch on what the last year's team, the last year's seniors built for us. And there was a lot of new guys this year, and we really just came together and allowed ourselves to just build that team chemistry in the fall. And when we got there for the season, it was we kind of hit a couple bumpy parts of the road. We started out 2-5, and Coach Burke was like, guys, there's no need to panic. Like this is not who we are. And I think we went on to go on like a 41-8 record for like the rest of the season. And going along with that season, like there was so many different guys that had to step up. I know we had some guys get hurt and some key bench guys had to fill in. Um, and it was like some guys in the bullpen, they started to struggle. and other guys in the bullpens had to come up and fill some roles. And I know, for at least for me, having people in the pen that was like, hey, it's like it's your time to go now. Like, I know you haven't thrown a lot, but like, let's go. Like, I'm rooting for you. Like, go out and win this game, or like go out and strike this guy out. Like, go do your job. Like, and even if because I know when I first went out there, it was just fake confidence. Like, it was like, yeah, like I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna strike out the side. I was like, I haven't done that in the last 4 months. Like, what are you talking about? But it was like those guys that were around us, the coaches that, or at least around me, that allowed me to kind of find my groove and find that confidence again, and to just go out and every outing, whether it was good or bad, step off the mound with that same confidence and truly like believe in myself. And when the time came to when it was thrown in front of scouts or thrown to close the game out, I felt like no matter what the outcome was, like my team was there to have my back and was there to support me no matter what. And like having that dynamic in a team, I've that was completely new to me, and it took a while for me to understand that dynamic. But once I did, like, my whole baseball career changed, and I completely 1000% attribute it to all the guys at Lander, all the coaches at Lander, and I'm just forever grateful that God sent me to Greenwood, South Carolina, someplace I never thought I'd ever be in my life. So yeah.
And and to kind of talk about that, the good Lord willing taking you all the way to South Carolina. Talk a little bit about that experience because, as a kid that's from Montana, how did you end up at Lander of all places? Something that's, you know, hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of miles away, to be able to go from Montana to South Carolina.
Well, it all kind of all started with that I ended up going to Tread. I ended up throwing there for a summer after my sophomore year at Dickinson State, and then I started posting this video on Twitter. I was getting some schools contacting me. It was like Division threes, and like New York and stuff like that. I was like, no, it's not really my jam. And then like some other schools in the Midwest, and I was like, I'm not playing in the cold again. I just don't need to do that. It's not. There's if I want to achieve my goals, like that's not the place. And then Coach Burke, he followed me on Twitter, and I remember I was like, he just followed me. It's like, come on, and like DM me, man. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna send him a DM. And I said, hey, are you looking for any other pitchers this year? And he said, yeah, we're looking for one more arm. He was like, send me over some of your TrackMan stuff or whatever, and let's see what you got. And then it like just kind of escalated into, okay, yeah, we'll be able to give you this small scholarship. I was like, I don't care. I don't care what it is, whatever, I'm coming. And and then I ended up going down there with like a week to go before fall started. Didn't look at the campus. I didn't look at anything. I was like you guys got my major. Let's go. Who cares? This is the spot for me. Like I was just so sure about it for some reason. And yeah, I packed my bags and then drove the 32 hours down there, and the rest is history.
And speaking of, history, obviously, being a draft pick is historic for Lander program. But, you mentioned a little some of it before, but, talk a little bit about people, things that have impacted you to help get to where you are today.
I'd probably say the biggest one is my dad. Um, he played baseball like his entire life. He got drafted back when he was playing out of Springfield, out of Lamar University. Uh, he got drafted originally by the the Cubs and like back in the January draft. It was like first overall pick of January draft, blah blah blah. And then he decided to decline it and went to go play for Lamar. And then he signed with the Padres, played some years in pro ball. So whenever I was growing up, I'd like he's done what I wanted to do. So it was like whatever he says goes. Like I trust him. Granted, I would get heated a couple times when he was like, "You're still not swinging the bat right," and I was like, "What are you talking about? We've been working on it for an hour." Blah blah blah. Um, so it was like always having my dad and just kind of being there for me emotionally when I'd get out of whack. Because I really did care growing up, and when I didn't have success all the time, I'd kind of get heated. I'd get down on myself and all that. And it was always my dad that kind of helped me, at least on the sports side of things, just kind of just stay in the middle, not get too high or too low on myself. And especially when it came to college and I still was struggling, he would he helped me financially getting with all these pitching coaches and stuff, trying to, because he wanted to just step out of the way because he knew he's like, I think I'm just pissing Richie off, so I'm gonna have some other guy do it. He was always the hitting guy. He was never really the pitching guy. So, but it was just him always talking about baseball with me and just keeping me in good spirits and stuff, kind of keeping me on that road. And as long as I was just keep working hard, and he was going to do everything in his power to support me. And other than my dad, I would say just all my teammates. I mean, I know when I was at Dickinson, North Dakota, and I had all these big dreams of going to this school and playing professional baseball. Like that's at least in that school, like it's not a lot of guys go there and kind of have that dream. I mean, it's um and when I went there and the coaches, it was a 4-year university, and I said I wanted to leave after 2 years. They were like, yeah, like we'll support you, we'll help find you a place to go and all this stuff. And they were they were able to kind of let me like have that capability of leaving, and but also going there and getting the college experience, getting on the field, playing, all that stuff. That was there's so many different little pieces that went into where I am today, and it's just like it's everyone that's been a part of it has had a little contribution, no matter how big or how small. Like all that stuff kind of compiled up into shaping who I am and allowing me to be the person that has the mental capability of being able to handle this, um, of being able to bring that little thing that somebody's taught me onto the field and having it work like that. Like all these little things with everyone that's been a part of my journey so far is they've kind of contributed to this whole thing. So it's probably anyone that's ever had a conversation with me about baseball or just really anyone. I'd say everyone's kind of part of uh, this whole journey that I've been on.
And Richie, to kind of branch off of that, and final question for you, coming from a Division II school in Lander and getting drafted, what advice do you have for future kids who are at the Division II level thinking that, they have a shot to go to pro ball?
I would say honestly, if you have the tools and you have the stuff, like they're gonna find you. Like I know there's a lot of guys in D2 that have a lot of good stuff, and they there's actually a lot of guys in D2 that got signed this year. And getting signed, getting drafted, it's all the same. And as long as you get the opportunity and you take advantage of it, anything is possible. And it doesn't, like, as long as you're getting playing time and you're getting on the field to show what you have, doesn't matter if you're at a JUCO, D3, D2, D1. As long as you're getting that playing time and getting the experience to get on the field, it's that's the biggest piece of advice I could get you, is go to a place to where you could play. Everyone wants to go to that big Division I school, and there's only 9 spots on the field. Like, you gotta go to a place where you're gonna get on the field. And Division II baseball, I always hear people is like, oh, it's D2, it's not D1, blah blah blah. There's a lot of Division II schools that could kick the crap out of some Division I teams, and I firmly believe that. Division II baseball, the competition is no joke. I stand on that, and I will die on that. I will die on that word. And I mean, you find a good program, you find good guys in D2, you'll be just fine.
And to kind of expand on that, Richie is spot on there. Everyone listening, Division II is got great competition. He would know. He spent 2 years in the Southeast region. Mind you, when the regional started last year, all 8 teams in the Southeast region were ranked. That's the amount of competition that is available in present D2. But back to you, Richie. Thank you so much for taking out the time to chat and talk about your journey and your experiences. Very insightful and helps listeners, understand what's going on in the realm of guys who can go to pro ball from the Division II level. And from us at D2 Baseball, we will wish you nothing but success going forward, and hopefully, one day we can see you rise up through the ranks through pro ball.
Yeah, no, and thanks again for having me. I mean, it's been awesome kind of letting you hear my story a little bit, and I will definitely be trying my hardest to climb the ranks and represent Division II.
And that is Richie Cortese, the 17th round draft pick from Lander by the Philadelphia Phillies. We'd like to give a big thank you to all of our regional tier Patreon members. We couldn't make it to the 9th inning without the support of all of you. You're the real MVPs, hitting a home run for the team every single time. Thank you.